Sometimes he sold rice, sometimes worked as a laborer, and sometimes even did farming. He ran away from home 4 times, but only encountered betrayal each time. Despite all this, he managed to create his own car. Initially, his prices and quality were so low that people ridiculed him, forcing him to fail many times. He kept rising and falling, but this persistence made him so strong that eventually this boy built the third largest car manufacturing company in the world. Welcome back to our channel. Chung Ju-yung was born in 1915 in a village called Tongcheng, which is now in North Korea. Back then, all of Korea was under Japanese rule. Chung was the eldest of 7 siblings, and because of their poverty, the whole family worked in the fields. At the age of 14, Chung had to drop out of school because of poverty and started working with his parents in the fields. Despite working all day, he earned just enough to survive, often going to bed hungry. This life made him question whether he would live like this forever. He was fed up with his situation and finally decided to run away, traveling 100 kilometers to a city called Koan. There, he started working as a laborer with construction workers. He worked very hard, but earned very little. However, he found joy in 2 things. First, he was spending the money he earned only on himself, and second, he was now free. But this freedom lasted only 2 months. His parents, who had been searching for him, found him and brought him back to the village. For the first time in his life, the happiness Chung had experienced was taken away as he was sent back to work in the fields. But after experiencing city life, he was determined never to return to the village. He tried to escape twice more, but was caught and sent back to the village each time. After a year, a severe drought caused a food shortage in the village. People were going hungry, and Chung knew he couldn't stay there anymore. He decided to run away for the 4th time, and this time he made it to Seoul, the capital of South Korea. He promised himself that no matter what, he would live in the city and do whatever work it took. In Seoul, Chang did every job he could find: construction, factory work, and even cleaning. He worked with great dedication, and soon he got a job delivering rice for a shop. His deliveries helped the shop's sales increase, and the owner, pleased with his work, promoted him to manager. This was Chung's first job where he didn't have to do physical labor. He worked hard to increase the shop's sales, and before long, his rice shop became the best in the area. He was very happy, but then an unfortunate event occurred that would turn his joy into sorrow. On July 7, 1937, a Japanese soldier went missing near Marco Polo Bridge. The Japanese military sought permission from China to search for him, but China denied the request. This led to a conflict which eventually resulted in the Second Sino-Japanese War. This war lasted for several years, and during it there was a severe rice shortage in Korea, which was under Japanese rule. The Japanese government took control of rice shops to manage the shortage, including Chung's rice shop, leaving him unemployed again. All the hard work he had put in over the past 2 years, all his savings, was lost. Chung didn't give up. He decided to look for work that the Japanese army couldn't seize, and he eventually opened a car repair shop. However, tragedy struck when his new garage caught fire, destroying all the vehicles inside. Chung was now in a huge financial crisis, with both the loan and the damages to cover. But he didn't lose hope. He took out another loan and reopened the garage. Gradually, he recovered from the losses and focused on growing the business. Over the next 2 years, his garage prospered, and he was able to employ 70 to 80 people. He even brought his entire family to Seoul to settle there. But another challenge came when World War II broke out, and Japan became involved. The Japanese needed workshops to produce war equipment, so they took control of many businesses, including Chung's. However, this time, he was ready. He had saved up 50,000 won to start a new business. When World War II ended in 1945, Japan's rule over Korea came to an end, and Korea was divided into North and South Korea. In 1946, Chung returned to Seoul and restarted his car repair business with a new name, Hyundai Auto Services. At that time, South Korea was under American influence, and the U.S. Army needed buildings for housing. Chung saw an opportunity and started a construction business in 1947 called Hyundai Civil Works. Initially, he worked on small projects, but he dreamed of winning bigger contracts. On June 25, 1950, North Korea, with Soviet support, attacked South Korea, and Seoul was at risk. Chung moved to Busan but didn't give up. He saw an opportunity to provide construction services for the American Army stationed in South Korea. The Americans, seeing his capability, gave him contracts, and Chung's company started working on major infrastructure projects. After the war, the relationship between the South Korean government and Chung's company strengthened, and they were awarded large contracts to rebuild roads and bridges. Hyundai became a leading company in construction, even building the largest dam and the biggest expressway in South Korea. However, Chung didn't stop there. He wanted to return to the car business. In 1967, he founded Hyundai Motors and quickly partnered with a company called Ford to assemble cars using their technology. But the South Korean car market was small and growth prospects were limited, so Chung looked for new partners and expanded his market to the United States. Despite the initial rejection in the U.S. market, Hyundai kept improving their cars. Over time, the quality improved, and the cars became affordable. As a result, people started buying them, and soon Hyundai became one of the largest car companies in the world. Chung Ju-yung, who had started his journey by selling rice, had now become the owner of a successful multinational company. However, due to his old age, he retired and passed the company to his sons. Chung passed away in 2001, leaving behind the third-largest car manufacturing company in the world. There are some interesting facts related to Hyundai that you may not know. The Hyundai logo does not represent the letter H, but rather two people shaking hands, a company representative and a satisfied customer. See you in the next amazing video.